What is the greatest megaproject of all time? Did you know that there was a Great Wall of India? Or how about the fact that mankind has constructed something so powerful, it could theoretically create a rip in space-time and send any unlucky person into another universe? On this episode of Built a Billion, we uncover the greatest megaproject of all time. And stay till the end of the video to see the greatest megaproject of them all. If you love to hear about all the megaprojects of the world, please subscribe to the channel and help us reach our goal of 1,000 subscribers. It'll really help the channel out. Sydney Opera House. It's one of those buildings everyone on Earth has seen somewhere, at least once, but not that many know what it actually is. Looking over the Sydney Harbor, the Sydney Opera House is an iconic piece of architecture that is synonymous with Australia. It took a decade of work paired with expert engineering to complete this masterpiece of a design, and it all started in 1955 when the New South Wales Conservatorium of Music grew too big for their home at Sydney Town Hall. So, an international competition for a new opera house was initiated, and a Danish architect named Johan Utzon won in 1957. His design was so compelling that he won with just simple sketches and not much else. The construction was started in 1959 and was broken up into 3 phases, with the first being the podium, the second dedicated to the shells, and the third for the actual concert halls. The shells proved hard to construct because no one knew how to do it at the time, and as a result, the roof was redesigned 12 separate times. At last, it was decided that the roof shells would be created as sections of a single sphere. After 14 years, Queen Elizabeth finally opened the Sydney Opera structure in 1973 during a television performance for the ages. The final cost to build the vision was 102 million Australian dollars, and renovations have been ongoing even until this day. But its iconic status makes it one of the greatest megaprojects of all time. TransAlaska Pipeline. The Trans-Alaskan Pipeline is one of the largest pipeline systems in the world. Richfield Oil Company had begun drilling in Alaska in the 50s and 60s and found 25 billion barrels of oil, the largest in North America. But there was a problem. How would they get this oil from the northernmost part of Alaska to the market? There are ideas ranging from ice-breaking oil tankers to submarines to special jets, but in the end, it was the pipeline that made the most sense. It was needed to go from the drilling location all the way to the nearest port in Valdez at the southern tip of Alaska. It took $8 billion and 20,000 workers to work 12 hours a day, 7 days a week to finish this massive megaproject in just 3 years. First, the 360-mile-long road was built, and then supports were installed to raise up the pipeline to prevent it from heating up the ground. Half of the pipeline is on 78,000 supports, 60 feet apart, and it was designed so that caribou could run under it, and it could sway and rock with earthquakes. Then you have the pipe, with its 70,000 sections joined and laid, then either buried or raised across 3 mountain ranges, 800 riverbeds, tundra, forests, and lakes, all the way from the Arctic to the Pacific. Now 35,000 gallons of oil flow every minute through a 48-inch pipe stretched 800 miles, making this pipeline one of mankind's greatest achievements. The Great Wall of India. When you look at the scope of this wall, you might think that you're looking at the Great Wall of China, but you'd be wrong. This ancient megaproject is the Great Wall of India. Located in Rajasthan, India, 10 hours away from New Delhi, the wall's remote location has left it relatively unknown, even to the locals. Thousands of stone bricks make up the wall with embellishments adorning the top, and it consists of 7 gateways. Constructed over the course of a century during dangerous times, it served as a place of refuge, and after the Great Wall of China, is the second longest continuous wall on Earth. The wall traverses mountaintops and valleys, is 22 miles long, and surrounds over 300 ancient temples from what is believed to be the 15th century. The Large Hadron Collider. The Large Hadron Collider gives us the ability to study matter smaller than protons and electrons, otherwise known as quarks. But how? Well, you take two beams of protons and accelerate them in opposite directions and then collide them with each other, resulting in tiny particles breaking away from them. The Large Hadron Collider is stored underground underneath the French-Swiss border. It's a ring-shaped tunnel with a circumference of 27 kilometers or 16.7 miles. Two vacuum pipes are installed inside the tunnel, which intersect in some places. 1,232 magnets are connected to the pipes, which accelerate protons close to the speed of light, and then hold this stream so that the streams don't crash into the wall. The magnets are powered by superconductive cables with a total length of 155,000 miles. In addition, the LHC studies antimatter, leading to some pretty cool discoveries. But there's one concern, and that's that one of the LHC's experiments will lead to the destruction of mankind. No biggie. There's a fear that if protons collided with the right amount of strength, they could form a microscopic black hole, which would immediately begin sucking in surrounding molecules. Even worse, it might begin to even drag the entire Earth into it. More scientists fear that the energy created could create wormholes, which are hypothetical objects that curve space-time. Entering one of these would either make you travel in time or instantly move you somewhere else, like another universe. But this is just a theory. The power of this megaproject alone makes it one of the greatest pieces of construction ever built. What do you think about these great megaprojects? What do you think are the greatest megaprojects of all time? Let me know in the comments below. Part 1 of this series should be on the screen, so click that video on the screen to watch something you haven't seen. And thanks for visiting Built a Billion.